Hey everybody, it is your boy Baseman Awakens checking in with you for the latest video on the Baseman Awakens YouTube channel. Guys, I am back. You can look forward to more quality content from Baseman Awakens on a regular basis. I know it's been like a 2 month hiatus, but there was a number of things I had to get done. I'll break it down into future videos so you guys can get an idea of the things that I've been accomplishing. Now, getting into today's topic, which is the LGBT agenda is confusion. Again, the LGBT agenda is confusion. Now, as we all know, because America's corporate media has made it a point for us to know, we are in the month of gay pride. And Baseman has no issue with the LGBT community. I am not homophobic. I've laid that out in a couple of my videos previously where I've talked about this, but I really want to go specifically into what I mean by the LGBT agenda is confusion. And remember, going back to what my mentor, Neely Fuller, has talked about, and also Alan Watt as well, that the easiest and the quickest way to control someone is to constantly put them in a state in confusion. And I personally believe the LGBT agenda, which is being shoved down our throat, I'm opening up emails from my banks and they're talking about pride. I'm watching commercials from clothing brands and sneaker brands that are talking about pride. I go to my local bar or restaurant, and they have the huge tricolor flag, which is telling me this agenda is being shoved down my throat, and which is also telling me that being straight is something that's not being promoted. I personally believe this is all about confusion, and also this is about population control. Let me break it down. First point, confusion. The ironic thing is, when you take a look at gay relationships, whether it be male to male or woman to woman, guess what? Someone in that relationship always takes on the masculine role, and another person in the relationship always takes on the feminine role. Let me say that again. Regardless if it's a woman and woman or a man on man, aka gay relationship, someone always chooses to adopt the masculine role, i.e. the leader, and the other partner always chooses to adopt the feminine role, aka the submissive person in the relationship. Now, this is where I believe the confusion comes in. So, for example, particularly with lesbian couples, I'll notice a lot of these lesbian couples, you'll have women who claim that they're not attracted to men at all, and in certain cases actually hate men, but yet adopt a masculine look where they literally cut their hair like men. They'll wear certain types of bras that actually push down their breast so you can't see it. How they walk, how they speak, how they interact with someone, it's a very masculine vibe. So, which in my opinion speaks to confusion, right? Because if you claim that you're not attracted to men and you claim that you don't like men, one, for the woman that chooses to adopt the masculine role, then why are you adopting it if you claim that you're not attracted to it? And just as importantly, for her partner who claims that she's not attracted to men, then why are you in a relationship with a woman that's pretending to be a man? Logically speaking, that points out to confusion. And again, this is not Baseman being homophobic. This is Baseman using logic. This is Baseman asking questions based on observations. And the conclusion that I draw, this is pure confusion. Same thing with gay male relationships. There's always the man that chooses to adopt the female role. Now, due to how our society's expectations of men, some of those gay men are still masculine in public, but when it's just them with their partner, almost certainly to a point, one of them chooses to adopt the feminine role, which is the submissive role, which is telling me on a spiritual level, right? Baseman also talks about spirituality, that there are two defined energies that human beings operate under, the masculine and the feminine. Now, thinking about this on a larger level, like even with a lot of the younger men that I see, men are in their early 20s, in their teens, a lot of them just have that very, very feminine energy about them. And I was having a conversation with my fiance about this, and this is what led me to do this video. And I was like, since women instinctively, right, whether it's a straight woman or a lesbian woman, instinctively are attracted to that masculine energy, right? It's a straight woman who's going for the alpha male. That's who she wants to be with. The lesbian woman who dates a woman who's pretending to be a man, right? It's the same exact dynamics at play. I'm arguing, based on my observations, that part of the reason why there's been a growth in the LGBT population is based on two very important factors. The first is that since women are naturally attracted to that masculine energy, right, that alpha-like energy, and our society's been pushing men to play a more feminine role, a lot of women are no longer attracted to men because they come across as very feminine. So they rather date a woman that actually still puts out that masculine energy. Now, guys, I want you to think about that. These women are actually attracted to that masculine role, that masculine energy, and she rather choose a masculine man than over a feminine woman. If you don't agree, I really want you to provide your comments on this. Also, a second part of this, going back to my videos that I did on the Matrix, right, is that humans, particularly women, are programmable. Men, to a lesser certain extent, but humans are programmable. We are programmed. We are taught to believe in this matrix, and we are taught to abide by the matrix rules. And now the matrix, through the corporate media, through our education system, through the natural human instinct of wanting to be fit in, this LGBT agenda is being promoted. And unfortunately, since it's being promoted and the traditional family structure is not, a lot of people are naturally gravitating towards it. So in my opinion, a lot of people are just doing this because they see it as a fun lifestyle, not necessarily because that's what they really want to do. This is a reflection of my observations about human nature. Of course, this is just base man's opinion on it. If you don't agree, leave it in the comments, right? But connecting all this together, right? I talked about how I believe that the LGBT agenda is all about confusion, right? Neely Fuller, Alan Watt talked about how the easiest way to control someone is by making them confused, leaving in a confused state. And I also want to connect it back to another point that I made earlier, is that the LGBT agenda is all about population control as well. There's only one way you make children, and that's by having a man and a woman getting together and producing that child. The more you promote the LGBT agenda, which is confusion, the less children you will also produce as well. So I think tying all this together, based on my observations of the Pride Month, aka the Gay Pride Month, is that this is an agenda that's being promoted by the elites to keep people in a confused state and to also cut down on our population. Guys, I know it sounds a little conspiratorial, but it's all about observations, observing what you see and asking questions. And based on the questions I ask, this is the conclusion I've come to. Now, if you disagree or you want to add on to it, leave it in the comments. Of course, I'll engage you, and I look forward to producing more additional content. Thank you for listening and subscribing. Remember to check out my channel because there's going to be a lot of great videos coming soon. Baseman Awakens.